Welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy, and this is a channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. So what do we got going on today? Today we are going to distill out our sweet potato bourbon, and we're also going to show how we oak it and how it's going to end up in the bottle. So you're not going to want to miss this one. This ought to be a lot of fun. Okay, but first things first, like I always say, and it's because it's important, there's 5 things you can do for us. Number 1, please hit that subscribe button down there. If you did that, you might as well hit that notification bell. Share us with your friends. If you like what you see, give us that thumbs up and leave a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. All right, let's get going. Okay, so I got my still oil stacked out, and if you notice today I'm going to use my PID controller. I haven't used that in a while, so I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. And so we're going to, first thing I did is I set my PID just on 100 degrees. We're going to get that to come up there, and then we'll start stepping it up. So my head temperature right now is 51 degrees, so she has a little while to go. So, time to get a cup of coffee, and we'll start heating this still up, and we're going to get it running. Okay. Alright, quick update. I can feel the column. It's just a little bit of heat starting to come up. It's up to about right there, then it cools off. Okay. My head temperature is 83. Remember, it started at 51, so it is coming up. And the pot temperature is about 160. Okay, so at any time it's going to start coming up. I am even getting 1 or 2 little drops. It's got a good smell to it, good pungent smell. But remember, when this head temperature starts ready to go up, it's going to climb real fast. So make sure you keep an eye on everything. now's not, like I said in the past, now's not the time to walk away. Okay? Okay, we started our run, and I was using my PID, and I come to conclusion that I'm just not a fan of it. I know there's a lot of people out there who love it, have great success with it. I'm just not one of them. So I did go back to my PWM switch, pulse width modifier. To me, in my opinion, I can control, because I like to control by the output. Okay, and then with this little amp meter here, I can just fine tune it in. I still do have this hooked up just for the temperature gauge up on the head, but I'm actually controlling the heating element down in the still with my pulse width modifier switch here. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing wrong with this. It just seemed to be working for me. I'm just used to this. Okay, so we've already collected off 6 ounces of what I consider 4 shots and heads. It smells great. Tastes great. It's filling up the parrot right now. So we'll be here for a little while. Okay. Okay, I just shut down. My head temperature was like at 204, almost 205. I dropped down to 80 proof coming off. So I figured it was about time to shut down. So what I do now is I cover them up, and I'm gonna let them breathe for 24 hours. I mean, if you look at them, they're all crystal clear, and this last one, it's still pretty clear. So I'll have to decide tomorrow what I want to keep. Okay, who knows? I might want to keep it all. If it all tastes good, I'll keep it. Okay, so my next step is tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow we'll taste them, we'll combine them, and then we will proof it down to, I'm thinking like 90 proof, and then we're going to put some oak in it, and then what we'll do after that is we'll let it be on oak for a little while, and then we'll filter that oak out, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to back sweeten it with a little bit of maple syrup I have. Okay, and then we'll put it in a bottle. All right. Okay, so I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to check this out. All right, see you tomorrow. Welcome back to Stillworks and Brewing. Get all these uncovered, and what we're going to do, real quick, like, I'm going to decide what I want to keep and what I don't. So we'll start right here in the middle. Ah, excellent, excellent. Still the same. Still good. This is the fun part. Well, actually, really, the whole hobby's fun, ain't it? I'm going to keep everything so far. Now, this is the very last one. I mean, everything smells good. Ooh. But you can taste the difference all the way through the run. I mean, every jar is just, not every jar, but almost every jar is just so slightly different.
Well, I think what I'm going to end up doing. Let me try that first one again. Got like nice flavors in that. I think I'm going to do is keep everything except for that last one down there. I just got a funny feeling that it ain't as, I mean, it's crystal clear, but in some way it is not as clear as that one. So what I'm afraid of is if I would put that into my mix, it actually would want to make it go a little bit cloudy. So I'm going to leave this one out. So let me get my mixing jar. And we're going to mix everything else up. Okay? Oh, the smell is so fantastic. Alright, so we got everything in our mixing jar. Let me get rid of these out of our way. So, now what we need to do is find out what our starting gravity is going to be. Or not our gravity, our starting proof is going to be. So let me put a little bit in here. And looking at 120. Let's try this again. And we're at 90. I think I'm going to leave it right there. Let's leave it right there. I think I'm going to go with 2 ounces of oak chips in that. Alright, 2 ounces of oak chips. Okay, so that's our next step on this. I'll probably leave the oak in there for a couple weeks. Keep an eye on, watch the color, taste it a little bit, and then our next step will be, what is our next step? Okay, the next step will be filtering out the wood out of it, and then we'll back sweeten it a little bit with our maple syrup, and then we'll put it in some bottles and just put her back. So far, the distillate, it tastes fantastic. I think you can taste a little bit of the sweet potato in there. Just added a little, I'm going to say a little bit of sweetness to it, but I can't say 100%. But I think you can taste it. So anyway, it is amazing how that wood works so fast. Okay, we'll see you probably here in a couple weeks. Okay? Welcome back to Stillworks and Brewing. So it's been 2 weeks, and what we're going to do is we're going to strain the wood out of our distillate. It's a beautiful color. That is beautiful. Okay, so we just strained the wood out. You can see that. Okay. So now what we wanted to do is, I got some good 100% pure maple syrup here. I wanted to back sweeten this just a little bit. Okay, I just want to get me a little sample out. I just want to taste it. It smells very nice. Wow. That is only good. Okay. Open up my maple syrup. Now I'm ready. And basically what I want to do is I'm going to just sweeten this to taste. And there's 4 ounces right there. Let's see what we got on that. I really don't taste any sweetness. I'm not getting the maple yet. That's 6 ounces, so that'd be a total of 8 ounces of maple syrup. Oh yeah, I'm just getting a very little sweetness in the background. and a very light hint of that delicious maple. Wow. That is delicious, and I think I'm going to leave it right there. So what we did is we added 8 ounces to that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is we're going to put this in some bottles, okay? Get rid of that. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, the only thing we got left to do is we're going to put it in our bottles. We're going to strain it to 2 coffee filters, doubled up coffee filters. And we're just trying to get the remaining little bits of wood. This is kind of a little slow process, but it does a fantastic job, cheap and everything else. That's a real pretty color. Okay, there's our sweet potato bourbon. It looks very nice. Wow. Super smooth. And I got, when we put the syrup in there, the maple syrup, I can taste the maple, very little bit of maple. But it's, and just a little bit of sweetness on the front end. That is very tasty. That is a nice sipping whiskey. Very enjoyable. I'm going to go enjoy this. I'll put it back on the shelf for a while. Let it sit. Let all them flavors marry up together. Wow. That's going to be really enjoyable. Okay. Well, that, like I said, that is our sweet potato bourbon. I like it. But the last thing I got to say today is, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time here on Stillworks and Brewing.